Baseball is back, and MLB The Show 24 has officially been out for 5 days, and welcome to the Miami Marlins franchise here on MLB The Show 24. Now, the reason why I chose this team, man, they got a lot of good young players, a lot of good young talent, and honestly, they got the most black guys on it, so I thought it would be fun to see if we could turn the Marlins back into a contender. Crazy thing about the Miami Marlins, man, they have won World Series in the past, but every time they win World Series, they completely gut out the whole entire team, and they restart the rebuilding process. But you know, take a look at our roster here. Best player on the team, 87 overall, Sandy Alcantara. Now in real life, he's gone for the year. He's gonna have to get Tommy John surgery, so we're gonna simulate that, leave him in single A for the whole entire season. We went ahead and picked up JD Martinez out of free agency. Now we did sign him to a 2-year deal, but it's technically a 1-year deal with a club option. We just wanted to bring him in and add a little bit of a veteran presence and somebody that can actually come in and do damage against both pitchers. Tanner Scott is going to be our closer for this year, 86 overall. Now he's just got 1 year left on his deal. He will be a free agent after this year, but I do completely plan on bringing him back. 29 years old, coming off of a pretty good season. He did have 12 saves, 4 blown, 9-5 out the pen. His ERA was actually very, very good, and he has a whip under 1. Our ace, now that Sandy's going to be gone for the year, is going to be Arraez. Now this 21-year-old is 85 overall, 8 potential. Take a look at his stats. Didn't have the greatest of years last year. 5-6 on the year. ERA 3.15, whip 113, and I think this is something we could definitely build upon. But is he ready to get the big load, pause, of being the #1 pitcher for us this season? Take a look at the rest of the rotation. We got Jesus Luzardo, AJ Puck, Braxton Garrett, Edward Cabrera. Now I did think about bringing in somebody like Mike Clevenger out of free agency, but I'm gonna rock out with these 5 that we have right here, right now, and we'll adjust throughout the season and maybe, you know, going into the off season. But for the most part, this first year, I want to rock out with the roster that we have. Now take a look at our pen: Anthony Bender, Andrew Nardi, JT Cargo. We got Trevor Rogers, Yanni Chirinos. Now take a look at our catcher position, man. Now this is definitely something we want to address, you know, throughout the draft, free agency, maybe even a Rule 5, something like that. 32 years old, Christian Betancourt, 72 overall. We also got Nick Fortis, who's 27, which in baseball years, he is entering his prime, but I'm not really sure exactly, you know, if he's going to be the type of guy that we need. He does match against lefties with that 86 contact and 65 power, and then Betancourt is a little bit better against the righties, but again, I want to try to look for our catcher of the future. Now the Marlins did bring in Josh Bell this offseason to a 1-year, $16.5 million deal. I feel like this is definitely a first baseman we can work with for a good little bit. Hopefully he'll be a good addition. Also in a minor league deal in the organization, we do have Trey Mancini, and I do hope and look to bring him up throughout the year at some point. At second base, we got Luis Arraez. Luis Arraez is under cost protection for a little bit. You know what I mean? 10.6 this year. He's coming up on an arbitration year. Then he's got free agency after that, but hopefully we can go ahead and lock him up. And easily, if not the best hitter, top 3 best hitters in the league right now. Coming off of back-to-back All-Star appearances, back-to-back Silver Sluggers, and back-to-back batting titles in both leagues. Also at second base, we got 34-year-old John Birdie. Now he's more of a utility guy. He's gonna play, bounce around, play all over for us. Some second, some short, some third, some outfield, wherever we need him. He's gonna go out there, but it's definitely a bat and a player I want to have in the lineup. Hitting a career high 294 last year. He's not gonna hit a lot of home runs. He does get hits. He does get on base. 344 on base percentage. Slugged pretty decently, and his OPS was around the league average. Now take a look at the organization. We got Vidal Brujan, and we also got Xavier Edwards. 2 guys with B potential who I hope progress a lot in the minors, so we can bring them up and get them on the roster some way, somehow. Brujan, another one of those guys that can play all over the field. Xavier Edwards, he can play the middle infield as well as playing center, but I feel like we can probably transition him to the corner outfields if we need him. At third base, we got Jake Berger. We already went over him. He's one of the top guys on the team. Now take a look at our pipeline here. Jacob Berry, B potential, 65 overall, 22. Probably could progress into something, but Jake Berger, I feel like is going to be pretty good for us. He's, you know, under cost protection for a lot of years, so we won't have to break the bank on him anytime soon. At shortstop, Tim Anderson, my favorite player in the MLB right now, signed with the Marlins. Looking for him to bounce back and get back to his batting championship form. You know what I mean? Won the batting title in 2019, Silver Slugger 2020. He was the All-Star 2021, 2022. He was also on the WBC team, but that's where a lot of his woes started last season. But take a look at his contact versus lefties. He should be a real dog against lefties, but we will play him every day against both sides, both arm pitchers. But you take a look at this, man. He was hitting 300, 1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row. Hit just 245 last year. Struggled a ton. Only 1 home run. But I completely expect for him to be a difference maker for us here in this season. And now in the outfield, JD Martinez, but he's a DH. He's not going to play the outfield literally ever. Brian De La Cruz, Jesus Sanchez. We also officially moved Nick Gordon from shortstop to left field. Another position we're not that deep at. De La Cruz, Jesus Sanchez, 2 guys, you know, we'll see how they progress, but I'm not really holding on to anything there. And Nick Gordon is just another one of those guys we have on this team that can kind of play every position except for pitcher and catcher. Out in center, we got Jazz Chisholm, you know the vibes. Victor Mason Jr., I'm not really sure how he's going to get up to the big leagues unless he switches positions. And then out in right, we got Viciel Garcia, we got Marty Costas. So we're pretty old, you know what I mean, in right field, but we do have a nice prospect in Kim Alderman. But again, Victor Mason Jr. and maybe one of these other guys can move to right field if we need them to. Now, real quick, as we talk about some of these contracts, take a look at our budget here, boys. After this year, we only have 1, 2, 3 guys on the books. Sandy Alcantara is pretty much locked up. I am going to lock up Jazz Chisholm. I'm probably not going to offer him arbitration. I'm probably going to offer him a deal straight up. Same thing with Tanner Scott. We want to get him locked up. I think Josh Bell will get him to stay. Hopefully, Tim Anderson wants to stay in Miami after he proves it, because I do think he'll prove it. And then we got a lot of other decisions to make. Now, take a look at the top 100 prospect list. We do have our first guy, Noble Meyer, who is 19 years old, 65 overall, A potential. You know what I mean? We're going to take our time with him. He is 19. He is ETA in the MLB is projected 2025 next year, but you know, we're going to take it slow. We're not going to force him or rush him, and you know, he'll come up when he's ready. Now, Noble Meyer is our lone prospect in the top 100 and our top prospect in the organization as a whole. Behind him, we got Jacob Berry. They say he can come up as early as this year. We're going to let him stay and do his thing in Double-A. Thomas White, another 19-year-old pitcher who's going to be a part of our rotation here in the future. Victor Mesa, Kim Elderman. We got Joe Mack, one of our catching prospects, 21 years old, see potential. Not really sure how fast he's going to get up. Jacob Amaya, he's top 10 in our organization, but he's actually going to start the year off with the big league club this year because we had to send Sandy Alcantara down, and that opened up a big league spot. And then take a look at some of these other guys, man. Torrin Montgomery, you know, these 4 guys, Brock Brandenburg, not really sure if they're going to get up to the big leagues at all. And we do look to add to our, to our organization's farm system. But, you know, looks like pitching is what we really got in the bag right now, as well as Jacob Berry, Victor Mesa, and hopefully we don't ruin Jacob Amaya's confidence. But he's 25 years old, and I think it's time that he comes up to see what he can do at the top level. All right, boys, here we go. Opening day. Yuri Perez on the bump. Now, we talk about what kind of sliders we're going to be using this year. We are on Hall of Fame dynamic. We are on auto fielding. We're on old school pitching, and we are on timing hitting. I want all of these guys' stats to matter throughout this sim. So only thing I do is pick a pitch. I aim the pitch, and wherever the ball goes is where it goes, and we watch our guys play defense. And the first pitch of the season is going to be a long strike. Is that when it's turned on down the left field line? All right, boys. So like I said, we expect Yuri Perez to really be one of those top guys for us this year as he misses with the slider. All right, boys. Here we go. Yuri Perez trying to set up outside with the fastball. That one's hit out to left center, and who's that? Birdie going to make the play, or De La Cruz? All right, setting up inside here. It's going to be a slider, and that's actually going to hit Reynolds, and we give up our first base runner of the year. All right, circle change away here from Cruz, and, from Perez. We get Cruz to chase, and we're out of this inning, baby. And on the mound, on the bump for the Pirates is going to be Mitch Keller. 13-9 last year, 4.21 ERA, 1.25 whip, 210 strikeouts. You know what I mean? Definitely want to jump on him early, but we want to make sure we're selective at the plate. And that brings up Jazz Chisholm, who's one of the better center fielders in the league last year until he got injured. All right, boys, base hit ball 4 here for Jazz, locked in. Ooh, fastball up, a little bit late on that one. Winning that bat, but Keller gets the best of him. All right, boys, here's last year's batting champ. Luis Arraez, first AB of the season. All right, takes that first fastball low. One thing about Arraez and why he hits so well, he's always in the hitter's count. He rolls over on that fastball, and that's going to be an easy play for the second baseman. We go 3-3 now. Way ahead here. Let's see if we can get him again. Hayes is disciplined, though, so this is going to be a tough pitch. And he grounds that one to second. Arraez there to make the play. All right, boys, here we go. We're going to go fastball in here, and we missed our spot. But when you throw 99, you can't make mistakes here and there. We're coming right back with a fastball again. Runner runs, and he is out by a mile. What a throw. That it, baby. All right, boys, so we got 2 dead here. Makes this AB a little bit, you know, less, what's the name? Way to knock that down over there at first is Josh Bell. Perez goes over and fields, and we get out of this inning, baby. All right, so that brings up JD Martinez, who we got through free agency. 103 RBIs last year, 33 home runs. Having a hard time staying back on Mitch Keller. Here we go, tough for 2. And we strike out on a curveball once again. Mitch Keller is having his way with us right now. Now, I'm not gonna make a ton of excuses, but I do play Diamond Dynasty, and I usually hit on strike zone or strike zone 2. So hitting on strike zone 3 for this franchise does make things a little bit more difficult for me. But we gonna get used to it. I ain't worried. Here we go. And we spring through the fastball. All right, so Keller strikes out the side in the second, man. We definitely gotta clean things up at the plate. All right, so I thought I was on strike zone 3 this whole time, but I've actually been on catcher. That's why things were a little bit too far. Now we should have a little bit more of competitive at bats. All right, yeah. Now our timing is gonna be a little bit better at the plate. That was my mistake, user error. And we chase up out of the zone. What was borderline? We had to swing, but we didn't stand a chance. All right, boys. So far here early on the opening day, we have ourselves a pitching duel. Loving what Yuri is doing out here today, man. Really showing that he has, ace stuff. But Brian Reynolds caught him slipping, and that was going to be going dead center. So much for the pitcher duel. Brian Reynolds breaks this one wide open. All right, boys, we're going right back at him here. Right back at him. See ya. Can I help you, sir? No, thanks. I'm just looking. All right, lineup turns over for us here. Jazz Chisholm leading us off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He hits that one hard back up the box, and that's going to be our first knock of the day, baby. Let's go. Here's the 0-1 to Arraez. They tried to go to slide step, but still threw another off-speed pitch, and we're going to get Jazz all the way up to third. Runners on the corners, 1 dead. Luis, that a baby. All right, now that we got our camera view correct, we're actually hitting the ball well, man. I was wondering why. I was like, damn, this just seems so far, but we good. And that's a tailor-made double play. Unfortunate, but it's a strike. We had to swing at it. Damn. He has struggled a few innings. You know, we have a few walks. But, you know, we're getting strikeouts as well as we miss our spot, and Rowdy Tellez did not miss that pitch. We go down 2-0. That is not a guy you want to make a mistake against, and he shows us why. All right, boys, falling behind this count here. Here's your 3-1. We need you to battle back, Perez, and we miss it. All right, we're going to go talk to Yuri, man. His confidence is actually still pretty high. Energy is a little low, but we just want to let him know, hey, we believe in you to get us through this inning, baby. Let's go. This is your inning. Let's go to the slide step here. They do run again. Bethencourt throws him out by a mile. His second runner call still in today. Let's go. Stop playing with my mans. Let's see if we can get him to chase up the ladder here with a fastball. That a baby. See ya. Yeah, Perez is done. He doesn't really have much left in the tank, and we don't want to overwork him the first game of the season, as that one is going to sneak down for a single. Oh, they're going for 2. Shoot him dead. Got him. Way to put it on him, baby. Good throw out there, De La Cruz. Why they keep testing the arms of the Marlins, I don't know. All right, here we go. Here's the 0-1. Birdie. That one's a diving play from Brian Hayes. I mean, that's what Brian Hayes does, boys. Defense is what he does. What a play. Tip your hat. Jazz gets another one that he can handle. Will that get down? It does. It's going to be extra bases. You got to dig, too. You got to dig. Let's go. Jazz Chisholm with another base knock. Big 2-out double. That's going to bring up Arraez, baby. Let's go. Here we go. We need you right here, baby. Come on now. That one's going to get up the box, and we're going to get our first run of the game. Brian De La Cruz comes through. We cut this lead in half. Come on, boys. I know we're going to score runs, bro. I'm not worried about it. Ooh. Hits that one well, but just 42 power. Lazy fly ball, but we do get our first run of the ball game. I thought he was gonna lay out, but it's early. We don't need you getting hurt. And that one's hit well the other way. Cruz on De La Cruz on the run again. This time it makes a play. I couldn't think. I couldn't talk. I mean, but hey, what a play by Brian De La Cruz. He saves a run. All right, here we go. Let's get this in it. Come on. Let's go, Chirinos. Ooh, that one, we missed our spot there. Jazz is under it, can of corn. Let's get these sticks going. That one's hit well, but it's going to be right out to the left fielder. Man, just missed it. All right, here's the 2-1 to Burger, baby. Here we go. Burger, did he tie this one up? He got a hold of it. Get up, ball. It's gone. Jake Burger ties this one up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's go. 360 off the bat of Jake Burger. Mitch Keller finally made a mistake, and we took full advantage. Jake Burger hit that one, didn't miss it at all. 95.8 off the bat. Let's go. He's out in front of that one, but it's going to get down for a knock. Let's go. We got something cooking with 2 outs, baby. They said ball 4. No, sir. We work a walk, baby. Our first one of the ball game. Let's go. All right, so Mitch Keller's day is done. We finally get him up out of here. Not sure who they're going to out of the pen. And they bring out Dowry Moretta. 5-2 last year, 58 innings pitched, 3.72 ERA, 109 whip. Okay. Uh-oh. He hits one hard the other way. Get up, ball. It's going to die. We just missed it. All right, boys. Let's hit our spots here, Chirinos. You've been great out of the pen so far. We missed right over the middle of the plate. Lazy fly ball. Jazz is there. Let's go. No free passes. Slider in. Left over the middle of the plate. A single. I'm cool with that. Now I'm going to go splitter. I need a ground ball. Oh, my God. That one is gone. Oh, what a swing by McCutcheon, bro. He just hit his 300th home run on us. All right. 2-1 to Brian Reynolds. That's a ground ball up the box, and I think it's fair to say Chirinos' day is done. I'm going right back to it. He can't lay off twice. Ground ball up the box, and it's going to be a single. Let's see if we can get this slider to work here. Left that one up the middle. Jake Burger unable to make a play, and that's going to be an RBI. De La Cruz throws home instead of throwing the third, and we go down 5-2. All right, let's go 2-seam inside. I need a strikeout right here, Trevor. That's a lazy fly ball out to left. De La Cruz under it. What they send the runner, they do. De La Cruz does throw well, and it's off. It's up line a little bit, offline a little bit, up the line. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Wow, how unfortunate, boys. We've given up 4 runs here in this inning. Make a pitch. That a boy ground ball. Joshua makes the play. We got some work to do if we're gonna come back. Hits that one hard the other way, but right at Cruz. Wow. You can't hit a ball any better than that. 110 off the bat. That a baby right back up the box. And we hit it to a tailor-made double play. That's horrible. All right, guys, we give up 3 more in the 8th inning. We're down 9-2. Let's see if we got a miracle in us here. Good eye, way to work the walk, kid. Let's go. And Tim Anderson hits into a double play. Yet another double play we hit into here today. All right, here's the 2-2, boys. Let's go. And we strike out on that one. And we lose here on opening day, 9-2. What started out as a pitcher's duel ended up being an offensive onslaught for the Pirates. And we go down 0-1 in this 4-game series. So we lose this one 9-2, but I feel like we've seen a lot of good out of today's game. Yeah, we missed some spots here. We gave up some home runs and everything like that. But, you know, the bats, once they woke up, they were competitive. But very unfortunate. We definitely left a lot of runners on base in this one.